You could argue that the bicycle has been mostly unchanged since the 19th century, and I'm sure some of you in the comments will do just that. But there have been a number of innovations which have changed cycling forever. We're going to look at 7, but if you think we've missed something that had to make the list, then let us know in the comments. While you're doing that, why not hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that little bell icon so you know when we post a new video. Let's kick this list off with a biggie. Aluminium frame tubing may have been the start of making bikes lighter, but the introduction of carbon fibre technology is what's really kicked the weight weenie phenomenon into high gear. With many modern road bikes now being made from a single piece mould, weights are continuing to fall, and brands can chase those aero gains without suffering too much of a weight penalty. Add to that the use of carbon fibre to reinforce polymers in things like handlebars, saddles, seat posts, wheels, pedals. I could go on, but you get the idea. The result are insanely lightweight bikes, like the 3.9kg Berk road bike, or the 5.6kg disc brake equipped Feska Scalatore, both of which we've featured on the channel. Links are in the description below. Even a more standard bike like the 2021 Giant TCR Advanced SL0 disc in a size large with bottle cages comes in at a UCI bothering 6.71 kilograms. Whether you use one or not, the influence of the GPS cycling computer is undeniable. An abundance of data at your fingertips. Training plans, route planning and navigation. They've come a long way since Garmin's Edge series arrived in the year 2000. Nowadays, Wahoo and other brands are challenging for Garmin's crown. But regardless of what brand you use, if you aren't using one, then you're in the minority. In an ever more connected world, the ability to get accurate data and then share that data without the need for a magnet on your wheel and a sensor on your fork is a game changer. You could even argue that the Strava boom is partly down to the popularity and functionality of cycling computers. Whether we want to admit it or not, the post-ride smartphone data analysis seems to have taken precedence over much more useful things, like taking a shower or stretching out. If you're interested to see what we think are the best GPS cycling computers, then check out our top 5 in the video description. Despite Mavic's dalliance with the concept in the 1990s, with its Zap and Medtronic systems, it was the arrival of Shimano's Dura-Ace Di2 in 2009 that brought electronic shifting into the mainstream. Since debuting at the 2009 Tour of California, Shimano Di2 technology has trickled down to the company's second-tier Ultegra groupset, and increasingly comes as standard on bikes at around the £4,000 mark. Electronic groupsets have since launched from SRAM and Campagnolo, and are also commonplace now, with more affordable groupsets like the SRAM Rival AXS opening up the world of electronic shifting to many more people. Our road bike of the year in 2021 was the Rival AXS equipped Boardman SLR 9.4. Click the link in the description to find out more. The ease and precision of an electric gear change are hard to beat, and for the less mechanically minded among us, so is the minimal maintenance. No more gear cables? Yes please. But what are your thoughts on electronic groupsets? Let us know in the comments. Some of you may look back at the era of downtube shifting with nostalgia, but take off those rose-tinted sunglasses and the birth of integrated shifting and braking has changed the way we ride for the better. The arrival of Shimano's STI levers in 1990 is possibly one of the largest fundamental changes to bike design of all time. Not only did it end the need for riders to remove their hands from the bars to change gear, but it also led to a dramatic redesign in the brake hood shape, as they became ergonomic and more comfortable. Campagnolo and SRAM of course made their own versions of the original system, and no doubt you'll let us know your favourite in the comment section. With cassette sizes increasing and the electronification of groupsets continuing apace, it seems this is one change that the industry has taken and never looked back from. I can already hear the keyboards under stress from furious typing, but let me explain. Mountain bikers were quick to adopt the disc brake for their increased stopping power in bad weather. But it's safe to say some roadies prefer the "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" approach, and that's perfectly fine. If you want to stick to the rim brake, then that's your choice. Colnago was the first brand to put disc brakes on a road bike in 2012, with the Colnago C59 Disc. The following year, SRAM unveiled its HDR disc groupset, and Shimano launched disc brakes for its Ultegra groupset. Back then, disc brakes weren't allowed in road races, so there was little point in introducing a disc-specific Dura-Ace groupset. Fast forward a few years and the landscape has entirely shifted. The pro peloton is awash with disc brakes, as brands have shifted to designing bikes around hydraulic discs. In fact, some brands have moved away from designing bikes around rim brakes at all. Many non-competitive cyclists have now embraced the improved stopping power of discs, as well as the other benefits that come from having such a braking system, such as increased tyre clearance and keeping brake blocks away from those rims. For some, the rim brake is the purest choice, but we aren't here to stoke the tribal debate any further. But what you can't argue is that disc brakes have changed the industry forever. Unflattering acronyms aside, the move to lightweight, stretchable and breathable Lycra over woolen jerseys should not be understated. And yes, we know it's not for everyone, but hear us out. Tight-fitting Lycra not only dramatically improves aerodynamics, reducing drag at higher speeds, but, more importantly, it improves comfort for you, the rider. Coupled with a synthetic chamois pad, which is much more hygienic, the best bib shorts are made from Lycra too. Lycra has opened up the possibilities for highly technical, all-in-one aeroskin suits for time trialling and circuit racing. And now, these are worn by pretty much every pro rider during stage races. If you're yet to embrace the skin-tight look, then don't worry, there's a trend to lightweight woolen jerseys too, so there's something for everyone. There was once a time when cyclists rolled, and I use that term loosely, on glorified wagon wheels. It's safe to say the iron bands wrapped around wooden wheels did little for comfort. This was the case until 1887, when John Dunlop designed the pneumatic rubber tyre that was to be filled with air. Over the English Channel, Edouard Michelin came up with the idea of a removable tyre that would allow you to remove and repair a separate inner tube, and a version of the clincher tyre we know was born. Since then, it's been refining rather than reinventing, as manufacturers improve puncture resistance and develop the hook bead further. What about tubeless tyres, I hear you ask? Yes, in recent years more cyclists are turning to tubeless. Even professional teams have started to make the jump. But the lack of standardisation means the tubeless takeover hasn't been completed yet. Is this an innovation that you can't live without? Let us know in the comments. So, that's our list. How did we do? Did we miss an obvious innovation? Would you like to see another video focusing on the smaller details that influence cycling? You know the score. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and slap that notification bell so you know when we post a new video.